Welcome back. So we're currently working on our header that contains A tags that link between pages. Note, if you followed the last video, it might be a good idea to set the display property of your A tags back to inline block before we continue. Remember, the inline block attribute will make our tags display inline, as in on the same line, and also account for margin, border and padding between our tags, as discussed in the last video. Okay, so next then, let's add a logo to our header. To add an image to our HTML page, we need to use the image tag. The tag looks like this, with source or src being where the image is located, as well as the name of the file. Let's add this tag just above our first A tag, like this. Leave the src or source attribute blank for now. Okay, so now we actually need an image to display on the page. You're welcome to use your own image, but do bear in mind that large images can slow down the speed your page loads, so try and use smaller images where possible, as in images of size 250 kilobytes or less is generally ideal. However, if you don't have an image and you just want to follow the steps in this video, you're more than welcome to download the image called Test Logo PNG from my repository. The link is in the description. Once we know what image we are using, in our My First Web Page folder, we will create a subfolder called Images. Please note, you can call this folder anything you like, but putting images in an images folder is very common in web development. We then just need to add our downloaded image file from our downloads into this new images folder that we have created. To reference the file on our web page, we then need to add the folder name in the image tag src attribute with a / and then the full name of our file, which in my case is testlogo.png, like this. This tells the browser that, relative to the location of your index.html page in your file directory, the browser should look for the images folder, and in the images folder it can find the file. So, to access a file from a subfolder in your current directory, which is My First Web Page, you add the name of the folder, which in this case is images, a / and then the file name. The image tag also has an alt attribute that allows you to add text that will display if the user happens to be using a screen reader or has images disabled in their web browser. This is considered good practice for web pages, so should always be done. For my alt text, I will simply add test company logo. If we now run without debugging, we should see that our image is now rendered to the page. You can see that in the case of my test logo, my image is rather large in the header. The test logo image is 250 pixels height by 250 pixels width, which is clearly too big for our header. We can control the height and width of the image with the CSS properties height and width. For example, if we add img and then curly braces like this between our style tags, we can set height 100 pixels and width 100 pixels. Let's also add some margin around the image of 5 pixels. If we refresh the browser, we can see that the image now appears more restricted in the header. This looks a little better, but is far from perfect. There are a number of problems. Firstly, there is a lot of unused space at the top of the header. Secondly, all of the items appear in one place rather than using the full width of the header. But most importantly, if I manually set the height and width of an image, it may well look fine on a large display such as a laptop, but what if somebody visited the website on a phone? We can see that the image takes up a lot of space in the example here. Accommodating for a variety of screen sizes is vital for modern web design. So, we now have a basic grasp of HTML tags and CSS, It's time to take our headers to the next level by using one of the most powerful CSS features to control how our header behaves: display flex. This will allow us to scale our website not only for large desktop and laptop screens, but also for small mobile and tablet screens. See you in the next video. Bye for now.